Many homeowners own guns for protection, and many of those homeowners are responsible and store those weapons safely and securely. Sadly, though, a shocking number of people don't. And it's those guns that often end up in the wrong hands and end up injuring or killing people unintentionally. Now, Ryan has owned guns for years and had a very successful career in the firearm industry, and he joins us virtually now. Ryan, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hey, thanks for having me today.
Well, I appreciate it. And you say that fear has been a marketing strategy, a way to uh, get people to buy guns and also not be very motivated in securing them. Is that why
Well,
you were motivated to leave the industry?
yeah, sadly, certainly in the last 10 or 15 years, we've seen a transformation of what drives firearm sales in the United States. And a lot of it is motivated by fear. And as we know in our system, certainly our political system, a lot of fear can be irrational. And when there's a seed of fear, I mean, we heard earlier in the show here, right? We have bikes and welders being stolen from a house, and you worry about what's going to happen to your family, and you worry about what's going to happen to the rest of your possessions. And you go out and you make a purchasing decision, and it's largely based on fear, right? Fear of what's going to come down the street, fear of what's going to be taken out of the garage. And sadly, in the last 10 or 15 years, not enough time has been spent on the other side of the equation, which is the incredible amount of responsibility that goes along with that purchase.
Yeah, I've actually talked to people who have shot and killed someone, and I can tell you it changes their life forever. And if there was anything they could do to take it back, they would take it back because if you shoot somebody that's stealing something or whatever after the fact, it's like I wish they had just taken that and 10 things more rather than shoot them because I've now got to live with that for the rest of my life. And I don't think people ever get on the other side of that transaction and think about how they're going to feel if they take someone's life over a car or a lawnmower or some jewelry.
If it's not worth dying for, then it's not worth killing for. Um, and there was a time when gun ownership in America really was laced with that kind of sort of, really out there in the forefront responsibility. Um, Again, we now have, you look around the country, many of the folks in your studio there today probably drove there or rode in an Uber. You look around, we have about 270 million registered vehicles in the United States now. And that's a lot. Get on the road, and it seems like a lot. We have 415 million firearms in the United States, 150 million more than we have vehicles. You can't have that sort of prevalence of firearms. And I'm a gun owner. I hunted with my boys just a couple days ago. I shoot a lot. But you can't have that prevalence of firearms in a complex democracy like ours and not have responsibility, norms, and regulations play a vital role, or you're going to have a lot more stories like we've heard here today. And as you've noted, every one of those is preventable, 100% preventable. Not a single one was an accident. Accidents are meteors falling out of the sky. These things are not accidents.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.